This is Jon Thai from Hatch Duo, and today I have a very, very special guest with me today. I have Brian, CEO of Mint.
It's really good to be here today, John. Thank you for having me at Hatch Duo headquarters. It's really cool because for me, I've never been to your office before, and I'm walking in and I love what you guys have done with the place. It's beautiful. This is exactly where you want to have stuff designed and manufactured or engineered and such. And so it's really good to be here today. But I got to ask you first, these shoes, man, Jordan 11s, we were just admiring each other's shoes before we started this.
Yeah.
Those are amazing.
Thank you.
Those are sick. Where did you get those?
I just came back from a wedding in Boston with one of my very good friends, John, and this was one of the groomsmen's gifts. We used to collect Jordans. We used to camp out in college together. And so, yeah, he gifted me these Gammas.
Have you always been into the 11s?
I've always been into the 11s. The Breads were one of my favorites growing up.
Yeah.
They're in really bad shape, so they're just sitting there in my garage right now.
Yeah.
But they're definitely
Those are great.
Yeah.
And picked up these. These are 1990 Air Max. It's the blue tint crocodiles. And just love these shoes. And so I find that people that are into cards are also into shoes, and people into shoes and cards are usually into design as well on some sort of level.
Yeah.
So like with you guys being a design firm and me wanting to build Mint, which is, design is at the very core of everything that we're doing, making better products, better designs. Of course, we're both going to be into things like cards and shoes.
Exactly.
So, here we go.
Great minds think alike.
Yeah, exactly.
And we find each other.
So, exactly.
Yeah.
And so I have something really special for you today.
Okay.
Which is your Mint Case G1. So I've been working with Hatch Duo and John since, I think it was December 2021.
Wow.
I like to think.
Yeah.
I think because we first at Mint, so we are a kind of high-end display and cases for trading cards initially, and then we're doing things like coins and comic books. But trading cards, baseball cards, Pokemon cards, all of it is our core focus. And so back in 2021, I had this idea for, I always hated how things were displayed and protected in the trading card world. I would have these cards worth like tens of thousands of dollars, and they'd be in the same 99-cent pieces of plastic that everything else was in. And so that always really bothered me. I wanted to have a better way to display and protect trading cards that have a lot of value and sentimental value, which I actually have here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I actually brought the initial first prototype.
Very cool.
Which I thought you guys would like to see, which is pretty cool. That's it right there.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
I remember seeing this. Wow. It's really come a long way, hasn't it?
That has come a long way. So this is the initial prototype. And when we first got it, we were just excited because our goal was to use steel and glass instead of acrylic, cheap plastic. And so this was the first attempt. And when I got it, I was actually very, very sadly a little disappointed because we see these amazing renders, but it's really challenging to turn a render into an actual prototype that looks amazing. And so it was cool to have made this thing happen,
right?
But it was also really sad that it didn't kind of hit what I was hoping it was in my head.
Mm-hmm.
We went and did our own exploration as a team, and we reached out to probably 20 different companies and then started narrowing them down. And at the very end, we decided on a company called Hatch Duo, John's company. And so we ended up coming to John and saying, we want to make these card cases and turn them into, just make them better, because I wouldn't buy this piece myself. Mm-hmm. And my policy at Mint is if I'm not willing to buy something myself, I'm not going to go and ship it. I'm not going to sell it. And because I'm a card collector and I want things to be incredibly well designed, very well engineered. And even though this was a great start, it just wasn't there.
Mm-hmm.
And so do you remember when we first came in?
Oh, yeah. I remember when we first met you guys. April had said, hey, I have this really exciting, this is not what we normally do, but I think it's a category that you're going to find pretty interesting. And when I first met you guys, I think just the vibe was already really good. And what you guys were working on was really interesting to us as well, because I had grown up collecting Pokemon cards. And I think around 2021, it was at the time too where my brother was starting to get his Pokemon cards graded. And so I had just been starting to be exposed to this world, and you guys just educated me about this entire industry where it was surprising, like you said, it was just all encapsulated by this cheap plastic. And so when you guys showed this to me, I think it was an awesome vision and a great start. I'm just glad you guys were partnering with us because I really think where we took it is revolutionary for the category.
And I remember my company in the early days was based in Atlanta, and we would have these calls with you and the rest of your team. And it was always the best day of the week. It was always fun. In fact, it never felt like work because you guys would be showing us some new designs and we'd just be sitting there going, whoa, this is what the future of this industry could look like. And that was a really fun experience for all of us.
And I think you guys as partners too, it was just really fun to work with you guys because you had a design eye. Like you said, you understood design, you understood the value of it. So you would let us experiment too. And I think that was part of the success was the synergy of, hey, let's try this. And sometimes we'll have projects where the constraints are very tight. But with you guys, you had this vision of like, hey, let's take some risks. Let's try it. And I think that's what allowed a lot of creativity on the project, which is great.
Absolutely. And so then what you guys did next is you guys built this. So this was the first, that was the first prototype, but this was the first Hatch Duo prototype. And the purpose of this one was to find out if we could get the engineering on the internals correct. So it doesn't have all the aesthetic elements to it, but what it does have is it has the engineering perfected on the inside. Do you remember this one?
I remember this one, yes. And so our engineering team, Mike and team, did a really good job on this. I remember they were just painstakingly noodling on CAD and prototypes back and forth, trying to make things waterproof. There's definitely a lot of iterations that went into what's seemingly this clean, simple case. But I do remember tons of iterations down to like the micromillimeter.
And what was crazy is that you guys accidentally or providence or happenstance selected a Tristan McKenzie card. And what was funny is a short time after that, we accidentally ran into Tristan McKenzie and we're like, he's the guy from the prototype. We ended up showing this to him, which was kind of a cool moment. This was the first engineered one, which we were very grateful for. And at this time, we're just having this incredible collaboration. It's the day of the week we're looking most forward to. And when we got this, we were very pleased. And I remember you guys were worried that because there wasn't the aesthetic element to it, that we would somehow be disappointed. And the opposite happened because we can picture, okay, what is this thing going to look like?
Right.
But I'm imagining a lot of clients probably see exactly what it is and think, oh, that's not.
Yeah, they want it all polished and done.
Yeah,
at that
polished
point.
and done. And so you gave us the next iteration. A few months later, I remember I was in Scotland at the time, and the team received this in the mail from you guys, and that was that was the next prototype.
Oh yeah,
isn't that cool?
I remember this one.
That one also is a landmark story because I went to lunch with John and Mike, and we sat down, and I had a box of 1989 Upper Deck, which is Ken Griffey Jr.'s rookie card year. And I think it was Mike, he reached his hand down into the box and he goes, I think this is where the Griffey's going to be or something like that. And he opened the one pack and that's the card. And we were all blown away that Mike actually went into the box and picked, you're only supposed to get one Griffey out of every like 2 boxes. It's not a common thing. And Mike pulled it right out and we used that as the card for the encapsulation.
It was fate.
It was fate. And it still looks really cool.
Yeah, this looks great.
And I remember coming back from Scotland to Atlanta and just being kind of like really nervous walking into Shannon's living room going, okay, here it goes. This is the best we have right now. And it's a thing of beauty. However, when I did see this, the team was very excited about this, but most of my team aren't card collectors, whereas I am. And I said, there's a few problems here. Problem number one is you have to be able to see space around the card, edges and the corners. And we also laser etched the details on the side, and we realized that we're putting it on the wrong side. And also, we looked at this kind of glossy black color and thought, that's nice, but it needs to be something more special. This looks, in my mind, it looked too much like an iPhone 5 or an iPhone SE. And even though I love those designs, I didn't want to be compared to a phone, and I didn't want people to think that way. And I thought, well, since we're not having to put internal electronic components, we can kind of really get away with doing extra stuff. So I think we came back to you and said, let's put the time and energy into making something truly special.
I distinctly remember that, and it was a point in time where I think the designers were very excited too because we basically got to let them loose and experiment. Especially at this point, I think a lot of the engineering had been generally finalized in terms of how construction and assembly, aside from the border. But while they're working on that in parallel, I think our team was like, okay, here's our chance to do CMF exploration.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, yes.
Yeah, and I just remember we were looking for inspiration, looking at how foiled cards were refracting and all that. So.
And I remember that because we got a whole list of different options from you guys, and even textured versions like zebra print and like a wild variety of like neon colors across. And we were kind of blown away because that's what we always liked, is that you guys would take the basic words that we were communicating, and you've always found a way to kind of blow our minds with giving us more than what we expected. And we'd always get excited. And then for the next few days, the team would sit around saying, which of these do we like? And we'd spend hours and hours internally going, which ones do we like? And I would put one on as my wallpaper on my computer for a few days and just kind of like enjoying it and letting it sit on the palette. And so I think this was probably the longest stretch of time was between this one and this one. So this was the final prototype you guys made.
Oh, I remember this one. Yeah.
Which is the Michael Jordan 86 rookie card. We actually cracked this card at your facility.
Yep.
And then put the card inside. And I'll never forget that moment when Mike peeled off the top film over top of the glass and revealed the glass. We'd never seen anything like it. And with the laser on the side of the case, on the left side, this became the Mint Case G1.
I distinctly remember this. And I think, like, if you look at the colored border, there was a lot of thought put into the CMF too. I think, like, we were looking at the way chrome cards and things were refracting, and the, what do you call it, the gradient effervescence,
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it was awesome to work with you guys on it, because you were like, go ahead, let's just see,
We had no idea what to. We called this color sunset, if I remember.
And I don't know if the camera will really do it justice, but depending on how you hold it in the light, you can really see different spectrum of colors as it refracts from the case.
If you put it in natural light versus this kind of light, it still changes. And so this kind of glass came along, and we were just blown away. I'll never forget that moment. That was one of the key moments in the company's history, was seeing that film peeled off for the first time, holding this case. And I remember looking at them and saying, okay, we have a product. This is something I would buy. I want this. And so I'm going to assume that other collectors would want this as well.
Yeah.
And so I then took this case pretty much around the world. I took it to a bunch of like celebrity athletes. I took it to a lot of collectors. I've taken it to card shops all around the country. And the reaction to this case has always been the same. Wow, this feels better. It looks better in person than it does even in pictures. And Brian, how do I get one? Because everybody loves this case. This is a thing of beauty. It is the new gold standard for how things are done. And now we started selling them about a month ago, and we did kind of a soft launch about 3 months ago, and the soft launch went incredibly well.
Right.
And what we've also discovered is everyone from the soft launch, now that we've done our main launch, they're all repeat customers now. People keep buying more of them.
Yeah.
Once they have one, they want to have two. If they have two, they want to have three. And the people that are writing us saying, this product actually has given my cards the dignity that these cards deserve. I finally can display my card in something that's beautiful, that reflects the value of the card on the inside.
I think that's amazing, and I think it's confirmation for you guys that people are willing to put their hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cards in the case that you guys thought of. And as a designer for us too, I think it's confirmation of, like, wow, like, they're actually going to put, this thing that is so precious to them into a case that we designed.
Isn't that
That's
incredible?
like the best feeling.
Isn't that incredible that people all over the world now, we've had customers from South Africa, Japan, Korea, Germany, England, Canada, United States, all these people all over the world are buying these cases, and they're not just pleased with them. It really is a weird situation where we have under-promised and over-delivered. Isn't that incredible?
It's incredible.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Every company that does consumer products usually does the opposite. Like, oh, here's this cool thing, and then people get it and they're like, it's okay.
Yeah.
But the pictures, the renders were better. This is actually
This
better.
looks like the renderings.
Yeah.
Or it looks better than the
It looks better than, and because of the weight and the gravitas of the steel, the glass, the titanium, the Viton that's internal, it just has this sophisticated feeling to it. And people love it. How does it feel to have made this design of a product that people universally now love?
Oh man, it's amazing. It's an amazing feeling, and I think, like, sentimentally, it's a little different than other products that we've done. We do a lot of consumer electronics, but for this, it's like designing for my inner child. You know what I mean? I'm really excited to see the card that you guys encapsulated that I sent you. It's like my 10-year-old self designing, taking the seriousness of careers worth of design experience and engineering experience to put that to work to encapsulate something my 10-year-old self would be like, man, this is so cool.
All right, then it's time to reveal
This is what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, I know. We have to do the long build, right? See, it says Hatch Duo Mewtwo. And the interesting thing about what we were doing with Hatch Duo is along the way, we were also exploring a lot of other products. So in the time that we were developing the G1, we also ended up developing with you our wall display. Mm-hmm. We also developed things like little desk stands. And then, of course, the big product that we unexpectedly came out of nowhere was the hobby case.
Oh, yeah.
And so the hobby case was, I was frustrated because my social media channel tends to be kind of man of the people, every man. You're going around card shops, giving out cards to kids. And I realized while I was building the G1 that this is going to be a pricey product. This is a far more elegant product than I even envisioned when we first started. And I knew the price point was going to price out a lot of my followers. And that really bothered me on some level. And so we developed with you guys the hobby case as an entry-level product where anyone could buy at least one. It's a $25 price point, and it still has a lot of the sophistication and engineering and design elements that make an incredible product, but it's at a price point that anyone could at least have one.
Yeah.
And those have now become a hit product. We have genuinely sold out our entire first manufacturing run, which at the time we thought we've ordered way too many. This is going to take us 2 years to sell. And now as of June, the hobby cases of the sports card have sold out, which is
amazing.
Incredible. And people are happy with them. We get messages all day, every day from people. They go, you know what? I now have my favorite card as a kid in a hobby case. Yep. See what I'm doing here, John? I'm delaying the reveal.
My kids love those hobby cases, by the way. They've been putting their Pokemon cards in them. So
let's see. So I got a Hatch Duo Kobe Bryant and a Hatch Duo Mewtwo. What do you want first?
Oh, the Kobe.
Kobe. There we go.
Okay.
There. All right. This is pretty cool. And why did you select the Kobe card?
The Kobe card was something, not because I think it was going to be graded super high or anything like that. Yeah. I think I played basketball growing up, like all the way through childhood, through high school, things like that. And Kobe is still someone, it's a shame that, he passed away, but just his mentality is something like I always reference to the team, Mamba mentality. So it just holds a special place in my heart in terms of just the mentality I hold as an entrepreneur, what I try to teach my kids, what I teach my team. And then when you guys were doing kind of like a demonstration of the rookie card, I was like, wait, like I think I have that card. And, you guys have been educating me about like the value of these cards, as we've been going. And, I admittedly do not know as much as you guys, but I was like, I think that card might be special. Yes. So I like dug it up. This was actually from my parents' garage when they were moving. I went into their storage, grabbed it.
And found it in there.
I found it in there with a bunch of other like Jordan cards and other things, but I was like, I'm just going to see if this is worth anything. And I looked it up and I was like, maybe I'll encapsulate this one.
Awesome. So this is the 1996 Topps Kobe Bryant rookie card. That's awesome. All right. And what's cool is they also designed the packaging as well. Xavier took the first pass of it, and then Hatch Duo absolutely perfected it.
Just have to give the, out-of-box ASMR. Yeah. It's looking great. So I remember this. We designed it in such a way where the print would actually refract the same way the card shininess would. It's a good touch.
And see, even at the bottom there, that has that same.
Yeah, that's new.
That's new.
Different.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wait, do you want to show us?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I'm too excited. So, I don't know if Jason can get this, but this is a laser-etched custom note from the CEO of Mint, Brian. That's right.
Yeah, the manufacturer did such an amazing job with this.
And this is what I remember when we first had discussions. So there's gum in here.
Yep.
Do you want to tell them a little bit about that?
So this is actual baseball card chewing gum. So everybody that collected before 1992, they'd always find a piece of bubble gum in every pack of baseball cards, going back to the 1930s. And so I thought it would be a fun flourish, because I love the flourishes, the details, and I thought it'd be really fun to put a stick of bubble gum into every single case that we ship. And so, frankly, that was one of the most challenging aspects of this entire company's history, was being able to, we had to develop the recipe, we had to get the materials, we had to manufacture the gum in limited batch, so we had to buy a special mixer, And it's been the most challenging challenge because we were only able to find one person in the whole world that could make this exact kind of gum at a small batch level. And so we did it, and we got it right, and it's quite perfect. It actually has the look of like 1970s, 80s, 90s gum, but with the chewability of 2026 gum, and it tastes just like baseball.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Can't wait to try it.
Yeah. What we've discovered, though, is some people are actually keeping it in the box as like a...
That's what I was going to say. I was like,
yeah,
you should
exactly,
chew it just in case.
So we're thinking we might have to like...
Card was, traded.
It was loved.
It was loved.
It was loved.
This was not like, I think my 10-year-old self was not, thinking about encapsulation.
Well, that's why we put the grade on the side of the case, is we wanted to make the card the most important element of this experience is the card.
Yeah.
So we wanted to put the grade on the side of the case, laser etch that, so you can see the grade, you can enjoy the grade, but we wanted to make the card the centerpiece. That was always the goal.
Yeah.
And that Kobe looks incredible.
And I think it does the job, and it's going to look great in this case.
Yeah.
In a minute
Yeah.
here. I don't know if you want to take a closer look.
So it's kind of nice to know that this case exists the way it does now because of the partnership between Mint and Hatch Duo. So well done, congratulations, and thank you for helping us get it to this point.
Oh, thank you for bringing us on your journey, and just super excited to where this is all going.
Well, do you want to see Mew? Are you ready for Mew?
I do.
Okay, here's Mew 2.
Awesome.
So tell us the background on this story.
I used to collect Pokemon cards. I still kind of do because my kids do it now. 151 was...
The 151?
The 151, like just the original 151 Pokemon. Played the Game Boy game, etc. Collected the original, base edition cards. Still didn't know how much the cards would be worth nowadays, but I kept them in, penny sleeves and binders and things like that. And the minute we started doing CMF on these cases with you guys, already in my head, I was like, I'm gonna put a Mewtwo in there.
Yeah, you knew.
Because it's like just the way the gradients of the green and purples, like in the kind of in that spectrum, I was like, it's just gonna look good.
Yeah.
So I don't care what the grade is. I just knew this was gonna look good in the case.
And that was the goal for what we were doing, was to make everything look cool.
Yeah.
Make it look good and provide it the gravitas it deserves.
Yeah. And so I was never able to actually crack a pack open to get the American Mewtwo. But I would also go to this, there's a little Asian candy shop near my house where they would import Japanese packs. And so I would always go there and try to open a pack there. And I remember cracking it open and getting this Team Rocket Mewtwo one time. And so it's just been in my, I don't know, if it's worth that much, but I just remember Mewtwo was one of my favorite Pokemon.
Yeah, yeah.
Because he's most powerful, in my opinion. So
yeah. And is it kind of cool that your childhood cards, the Kobe, the Mewtwo, or the cards that matter to you, are now going to be in your company, behind glass, for anybody that comes in here to take a look and admire?
I know, and I think I was telling these guys before you guys came in, it's just it's full circle for me, and it's a cool moment of okay, the adult Jon chose design because I liked all these cool things. I wanted to draw products for shoes, for entertainment, things like that. And now it's designing
Congratulations. Well done.
Nice. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means, but it's higher than
higher
than a 6.
But still, I mean, I think for me, just seeing it, like, the camera's probably not going to catch it, but like the way the light's reflecting right now, you see the same purples that you're seeing in the card. It just looks like it belongs in it.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the funny thing about these cases is no picture, no video quite does it justice.
So amazing.
Do you know that we also, this is a new thing we do, is we laser cut the insert precisely to the dimensions of the card.
Oh.
So there's no movement. So we measure every card to the micron, and then we go to the laser machine and it cuts the insert precisely to those dimensions.
Yeah.
So there's no movement.
That's awesome. And I know you guys have you're getting your own, you have your own laser machine.
Right now we have a laser consultant, but we're about to buy our own laser machines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, this is amazing. Yeah, see, the amount of care Mint takes to take care of these cards, I think it's amazing. It's different.
It's the details, and it's
Yeah.
because we actually love the cards. We love the cards and wanted them to be done right. That's
This is
beautiful.
awesome.
I love that Mewtwo.
can't wait to show
That
my
looks
kids
so good.
This is cool.
That looks really good.
Brian, do you know how high up the grading goes, like number-wise?
Yeah, it's a scale of 1 to 10, and then there's kind of a 10 plus, which kind of means flawless or just like entirely perfect. The grade is called pristine. And the value difference between like a 9 and a 10 pristine is just tremendous. You could have a card that, you know, goes up 10 times in value based on just that single numerical jump from a 9 to a 10 plus.
Wow. Well, now that I know that, every time I crack cards, I'm going to be like,
Yeah, it's so different now, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, a lot of cards, like, I'd be very quite happy with a Mickey Mantle 1952 in a 1.
Yeah.
So it depends on population, you know, counts, you know, what the scarcity is of cards. But in my opinion, anything that's a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, anything in there is, I think, is a victory.
yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. I'm not selling these anyway.
Yeah,
Because
no.
they're staying with me.
Yeah. And that's what we're
Regardless.
finding is that the customers that are buying these, they don't want to sell them. They want to hold on to them. And we think that's a really interesting statement. We're not seeing any of the ones we've sold yet on any secondary markets because people keep buying them and holding them. Congratulations on
Thank you.
helping us make an absolutely beautiful product.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And man, this is going to look so good in the case.
Exactly.
Awesome. Well, it was so great to have you here, Brian. So great to get my cards in these nice cases and see them live. Yeah, I can't even describe what I'm feeling. I'm just like so amazed with how they look in the case.
It's come a long way.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping us get there, man.
Thanks for bringing us along on the
It's been
ride.
a 4-year journey with you guys. So
Yeah.
much appreciated.
Yeah. Well, I know, if I crack open more, I know I'm just going to keep.
See, it's addictive now. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. Well, for more information on Mint or how to order, can you give them
Go to
information on-
mintiverse.com. It's M1NT. Instead of mint with an I, it's a 1. Mintiverse.com. M1NTAVERSE.com. And check it out. Give us a try. I think you're going to like what you see.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for stopping by, Brian.
My pleasure. It was always a pleasure hanging out with you, John, April, and the rest of the H2O.